The One Day Church was created in response to the huge need for Adventist church buildings around the world. The high-quality, low-cost structures are built for congregations that don't have a suitable place to worship. The project is a partnership between Maranatha Volunteers International and Adventist Laymen's Service and Industries, or ASI. And the story of the One Day Church starts with Garwin McNeilis, a Minnesota businessman.
Marilyn and I have sat in our home on Sabbath in a rainy afternoon and actually felt a deep feeling for our brothers and sisters that don't have a church home to meet with, and how it's our privilege and responsibility. They are our brothers and sisters to help them. This is fulfilling that.
One Day churches are manufactured in Dodge Center, Minnesota, and shipped to destinations around the world, where they are put up in just one day.
Welcome to McNeilis Steel, Dodge Center, Minnesota, the birthplace of the One Day Church. It's early in the morning, and they're about to turn the machines on.
Dodge Center, Minnesota may seem like an unlikely staging ground for a worldwide church-building endeavor, but every One Day church starts out as a giant roll of steel at McNeilis Steel Incorporated. The company, owned by Garwin's cousin, Pat McNeilis, prepares the steel rolls for fabrication.
When I heard that we were getting a delivery of 2 million pounds of steel, I had no idea how much that would be or what it would look like. What I do know is that it will build 1,450 churches. You may think this is just a giant roll of steel. What it really is 30 One Day churches. And more than that, seating for over 3,500 people. But it's just a roll of steel, 45,000 pounds of steel.
Turning 45,000 pounds of steel into 30 One Day churches isn't easy. Levi McNeilis, Pat's son, explains how the coils are turned into flat pieces of steel.
We take the coil from our coil pit here, we transport it onto the machine. The machine grabs it, feeds it through a leveling system here, and then down into a pit here, and then up into another leveling system, which makes it real level. Then it goes into a slitter, which cuts to width, and then it goes to the final shear. It's stacked, and onto the truck it goes.
Every hour, one coil of steel is leveled, slit, and sheared into the pieces that make up the One Day church. Pallets are then loaded with the galvanized steel pieces and put on trucks and shipped down the road to Garwin's fabrication shop. Since the summer of 2008, Garwin has devoted his shop entirely to fabricating and shipping One Day churches. Over the years, his facilities have manufactured many types of heavy-duty machinery, but the One Day church concept has changed how they operate. Even the equipment has changed.
So tell me about the machine. This is your miracle machine.
Dick, this machine here is proof positive God is in the One Day church. Before we had the machine, we were having to shear and press, piece. While we were at the ASI convention, my cousin said, there's a form roller machine for sale. Now, I had, interestingly, got a quote on it. New machine with dies was for $645,000 some change.
For what I'm looking at here?
Yes. During the ASI convention, this came up on a bid on the internet. So we bid it.
Yeah.
Now the machine was located 60 miles away.
Are you serious?
Yes. Our man Tracy went up there, he looked the machine over and he says, Garwin, it's like new. He says, and you're not going to believe, it's the same make, the same model, and it has all the special dies to build the One Day Church. While we were at ASI, we bid it. Right after ASI, we got this machine with tax for $38,000 and some change.
That's incredible. You're right.
It's incredible.
That means God is in it.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise that never would have happened, especially
That's right.
in being only 60 miles away.
Yeah.
This miracle machine is used to make most of the pieces in the One Day Church. From the stakes to the trusses, each piece is gently formed as it makes its way through the machine. Flat steel pieces enter on one end and come out on a conveyor belt as perfect tubes, which are then placed into a shipping container.
And what do I have here?
Next we have the stake that is put in the ground. And we have a special driver that pounds it down.
Yeah.
Then we put the upright right on here, then the truss.
So these get bolted just square in.
Right here,
Yeah.
they get pounded down. We build a special one that fit over it.
Okay. And that's then, make sure that this is not going to wander away.
We put a little spur on it so you can't get it out of the ground.
Oh, okay.
Sandy soil,
Sure.
hurricanes, or
It's
whatever.
not going anywhere.
No.
The remaining One Day Church pieces are formed by hand. One of those is the ridge cap.
This goes right down the top and it's raised up so you can allow the hot air to escape out. It's very important when you have a steel roof because the heat comes down and you don't want to entrap it. So this allows the air to flow up and out and gives you a much cooler place to worship.
Which in most places where I've been is a real gift.
Oh yes.
So do they still need windows in the walls when they
Yes.
put them in? That still helps because that helps the air to move.
Right. It is a natural air conditioning.
Mike Swank is one of the foremen in the shop. While he used to spend days fabricating truck parts, Mike now forms ridge caps for the One Day Church.
Does it make any difference in your thinking process that you know you're doing churches for Mozambique and Africa, different places in Africa and Ecuador, than if it were just steel for a truck somewhere?
Yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a difference because, I don't know, you take a little bit more, I take pride in what I do. I mean, if I'm building a truck, it's just a truck. But if it's a church, it's something where people are going to go to worship, you know, that's totally different. You know, that means a lot to me. So trucks are fun to build too, but I'd rather build the churches. So.
Church members take pride of ownership when they receive a new building, and every One Day Church comes with a sign that signifies their presence in the community.
We take a piece of 20 gauge steel, put a little lip on it for rigidity. Then we take them to our sign man and he puts the sign on it. Seventh-day Adventist Church,